Hey everyone, it's Claire. This is Small Joyful Things. As always, I go to thrift stores and estate sales and garage sales, and sometimes I buy things on Craigslist and I find things that I think are pretty or that make me feel happy or that might tell me a story, and I bring them home, find out everything I can about them, and then I tell you guys about it. So here's what I got today. It is this lovely, lovely vase. You see that it's painted on both sides, and it's very nicely painted as well. I'm going to see if I can let you guys look at it close up. Now, it is hand painted and hand gilded as well. You can see the lines of gilt there that go down. It's also in lovely, lovely, lovely condition. It has, unfortunately, it's got like dirt and stuff in the inside of it, which I can't really clean very well, unfortunately. Not for lack of trying, but you know, I'll see if I can get it out. I'm not sure. Underneath, it's going to be kind of hard to see. It says made in Japan, and that would have been put on, as far as I know, with a rubber stamp. That's not painted or anything. That's just kind of, you know, So, what size is it? It is about 6 inches tall. And a little over 4 inches across. And I'm kind of eyeballing this, but it's about 3 inches. 3 inches that way. 3 inches wide. Okay, so this is porcelain. It's obviously very fine porcelain as well. And it has a kind of an Art Deco kind of a style to it, with these kind of square handles, but otherwise it's kind of very typically Japanese. There was a lot of this kind of flowers, especially the front of it. That I'm pretty sure that this is the front, just because there's so much more decoration on it, but there's a lot of decoration everywhere on it. You know, it's a wonderful, wonderfully high quality vase. It is just beautiful. And it's kind of hard to tell as well that it is actually hand painted. You kind of got to look kind of very close up, but I mean, it is like all those little details there, the little gold things, yeah, they're all hand painted. It's lovely. So what I do, I bought this for, I think, I want to say $4 in a thrift store, because I get a lot of stuff in thrift stores. But what exactly is it? Now, what it is a bit of a mystery, unfortunately. I cannot nail down the manufacturer, not for lack of trying, but so far it has defeated my Google foo. So I've got some examples, okay? I did a bunch of research on Japanese ceramic marks, okay? And if you ever want to fall down a rabbit hole, which is guaranteed to give you a migraine, start looking at those. Because if you don't actually speak Japanese, it's incredibly difficult to make sense of a lot of it. I do my best, but I'm kind of going off pattern matching and everything. I really don't know how to make sense of it. I can do my research or whatever, and just all I can say, okay, is that we know for sure that like Japanese vases, like prior to, I think it's 1921, they would have had like, say, Nippon or something in the mark. After that, they said they swapped over and started using stuff like made in Japan. But prior to, like, I think the 40 something, can't remember. There was a particular act in the US where that stuff that was imported had to have the name of where it was made in English on it. Prior to that, they would have just Japanese marks, and stuff that wasn't made for export, obviously, that would still have Japanese marks as well. So what we can know, because it says made in Japan, this is a piece that was made for export. Now, the big question is, when was it made? And okay, we're going to be very fuzzy on that, because I can't really nail down anything hard about this. Now, I've got a few kind of rough examples. If you're just looking at like hand painted vases in the right style, like that one there is like Noritake, but that's 1930s. That would be very high quality. You can see like the square handles are a bit of that kind of style. But there are a lot, and I mean a lot, of hand painted vases that are very clearly Japanese, and all they say at the bottom is made in Japan. The best guess that I've got is that this is sometime in the late 1940s, I want to say early 1950s. So So what we know is that like pottery that would have been made while Japan was being occupied by the Americans actually has, like, a lot of the time it has like made in Japan or made in occupied Japan. Okay. And then basically after the Americans left, they started stamping stuff like that, made in Japan. So that kind of dates it, but also maybe not, because who knows really? There might have been a sticker on it, but that's long gone. So essentially we have this lovely vase, very nicely crafted, no idea who made it, and only a very rough idea of when it was made. Yeah, and I really don't have anything I don't have enough to go on to kind of figure it out, other than possibly spotting the same kind of style at some point. I don't know. I'm going to have to be content basically with not knowing, unfortunately. I was really, really hoping that this was a mystery I could solve, but it looks like it's just not going to be the case. Maybe in future I'll come across something that will let me kind of, I'll get the light bulb moment and go, haha, that's what it is. But like, not right now. So who knows? There might be an update to this video, you never know. So for the time being, am I going to keep this? No, I don't know yet, to be honest. I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to keep it until I can figure out anything more about it, or will I just admit defeat and let it go? I'm not sure. I'm kind of leaning towards just letting it go at this point, just because I will tie myself into knots trying to figure it out otherwise, and I have other stuff to look at. So, okay, so the other thing is, like, what are vases like this kind of worth? And this is kind of also as variable as, like, we have no idea who made it, or kind of when it was made. What is it worth? How long is it? That's another, like, how long is a piece of string? For something that I bought for like $3 or $4, I think it was $3 or $4, I can't remember. I would say that I could probably sell that for maybe $20. I don't know. I think it's nice. I think someone will really like it, especially if they collect this kind of style, that'll like, oh hey, that'll fit into my Japanese aesthetic. Who knows really? But yeah, you know what? I'm sure for $20 somebody's really going to like it. I have seen like different styles, and like the ones that have been more elaborate, like stuff that have like much bigger, kind of more elaborate flowers and everything, they'll go for more. If they have particular iconography or whatever, maybe they'll go for more. It really depends. Like this one at the top here, this is currently on Etsy, and it says $21.70, and that's nice as well. That's like gold trim. It's got bigger flowers on it. I think that's probably a little bit more modern. I think that this particular style is kind of a more old-fashioned kind of 1950s kind of a style. But that'll give you some idea. So, yeah, who knows? Who knows what they're worth? I'll tell you, this one is going to be, to me, worth $20, and I'll, see who likes it for that. So, there you go. It is remarkably pretty. Even though it's a bit of a mystery, it is remarkably pretty, and we can still enjoy it for that. So, this is my small joyful thing for today. Thank you very much for watching.